I work at UPS. I load the trucks in the morning, do a lot of lifting and lowering, work with a lot of heavy packages, hazardous materials. I do hiking a lot. I do obstacle course running as well. So I just try to stay active, and I do a lot of things with my body and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, and I also do illustration and design work as well.
Excellent.
Nice.
What made you want to try H2?
Well, I came over to my buddy's house and I heard about the capabilities from it, and I was just amazed from it. And I was pretty skeptic about it as well, because I was like, how can water really help your brain function a lot more, fine, a lot more proper, So, and how can it help your muscles, restore quicker? How can it do all these crazy things, How can it help diabetes and cancer and all this stuff? So I was like, what the hell? What the hell is this, right? So I tried it out, and the first day I tried it, I drank like 5 cups as I was overhearing, the process of it and what it does and why it's able to do those things. And right from the get-go, I felt the energy, I felt the clear focus. And I was amazed by it, and I was like, well, let me go try it hiking too, So like, I ended up going home that day, going straight on the hike, and at that time, I was doing one of my typical hikes, so I was able to test it, right away. So I was like, all right, well, let me try to run up the mountain, as far as I can, and I knew where I stopped beforehand, So that's what I was trying to compare it to. So the second time when I tried to do it, and I drank the water, I ended up being able to make it up all the way without stopping. And when I even reached the top, like, I wasn't too tired. My breathing was, very under control. My muscle recovery up there, my body felt, great. I felt like I was able to do it again, It was like I didn't just get done hiking. I was just about to get started hiking, I was like, oh crap. I didn't even sleep that much. So it was like, those things that should have weighed against it, and they didn't,
right.
So it was pretty amazing.
Right.
Yeah, so that's how I got started with it. And after that, it was just started going into more with, focus and concentration when I started doing my work and things like that. I just kept seeing the benefits from it, and I would even do the research questioning it, because again, very skeptic, because how can water really do this, But the information was there, and I was feeling it, and it was just like, it was crazy. It was crazy. It was mind-blowing. Now, when I get up, I don't even feel groggy, Like before, it was like when I started drinking the water, right from the get-go, I would get up and I would drink the water, and I felt great, and I'd go to work, and everything was, perfect. Even now, it's progressed to where, like, even when I wake up, if I don't touch the water firsthand, I'm still feeling, pretty nice. Like I had a great night's rest, So I even started noticing those things lately.
Wow, that's excellent.
Yeah.
How has the H2 impacted your memory?
Oh God, like before I knew I would have like issues just remembering conversations with like people, and I don't know if that was just because I wasn't too interested or something, but I would just not be able to recall certain things, But after drinking the water for a while, it's just now I feel like everything is just pinpoint. I'm able to pinpoint every single thing, and even with learning things now at UPS, I'm a shop steward as well, so I gotta, I had to study the contract and things like that. And as I was going through the contracts, I probably only looked through it like twice, and I still know everything right now.
So while you've been drinking the H2, you had a wound, or you had an open wound or something like that, and it healed faster.
That one was crazy.
Yeah.
That one was crazy. So I had to do an obstacle. Oh, well, I was doing an obstacle course race one day. It was a Saturday morning. My buddy was coming over to pick me up. I was excited for it. And obviously with obstacle course racing, you got to use your hands for a whole lot of things, running and rope climbing and all this. So I go to get in my buddy's car, and I forget my shoes. So I'm like, oh wait, let me go get them real quick. Go close the door on my hand. I close the door on my finger, and like I'm like, oh dang, you know, like oh crap. So I didn't even look at it yet. Go up, grab my shoes, and then I'm like, all right, well let me look at it. Maybe I have to put a Band-Aid or something, right? So I look at it, and it's actually bleeding like a good amount. And I'm like, oh crap, you know, this actually looks pretty bad. So I went and go clean it real quick, and then I'm just applying pressure, and now we're driving. On the drive, I'm like, man, this sucks. Like, the obstacles are gonna be harder now, you know, because my finger's for sure gonna be sensitive. Like at the very least, it's gonna be sensitive and bruised. 20 minutes into the drive, I mean, the bleeding stopped. I was like, all right, cool. And then when we got there, I started feeling around with my fingers and stuff, see like, you know, how it feels and stuff. No sensitivity, no bruising whatsoever. And I was able to do the obstacle course with no problem at all. I was astounded. I was like, I even came to ask Will, and I was like, hey man, am I tripping here, or is the water like, you know, helping with this as well? Yeah, and he totally explained it, and how you know how it's capable of doing such thing, and even with the pain as well, you know, being able to alleviate that much quicker than it needs to be there.
So what would you tell anybody who's considering getting a trusii H2 system?
Oh, do it. Jump on it quick. Jump on it now. Because now I just drink. I only drink, you know, the trusii H2 water now. So honestly, if you can get your hands on the H2 water, get your hands on there and don't let go. That's how I feel about it. It's like there's those things that like you don't really want to pass up in life, you know, that come, and this was one of those things, and I'm very happy that I did not pass up on that.